and look at that. We are on. We are live. How's it going, you beautiful people? I'm Cobalt GM, and we're about to start Season 2, Episode 7 of the tabletop role-playing game Esper Genesis by Alligator Alley Entertainment. Before we begin, let me introduce my players. We have the beautiful, dark, lovely...
Hello.
Playing our Keshian High Priestess Aura. Next, we have the awesome Alloy.
Hello.
Playing the Ashen Forge Warrior Argus. Next we have the magnificent Master Draco.
Hey.
Playing the Volna Hunter Rylan Bravestride. And we have the terrific Tonto Tomahawk.
Hello there.
Playing our fire-blooded Promethean Sagaricio. And lastly, we have the Titanic Typhoon 44.
Damn thing on.
Yes, it is. Playing the Earthborn human captain Jonathan T. Archer. Also, I have to give a special shout out to Steve, Felicia, Nicole. I know you're listening. How's it going, girl? All right, Justin, Riley, James Nash, Matt Click, Absolute Tabletop, the Esper Genesis 5e RPG Facebook group, Old Dudes D&D, RGB RPG, Roll20 Dad, Aaron Cameron, and Aiden. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And now that that is over, let us begin with one of our players giving us an awesome recap of episode 6. Who would like to do it? Of course, for extra inspiration.
I did it last time.
This is true, and you really blew it out the box. Who else would like to do it?
We should have talked about this before we started the stream.
We always should. We always should. Thank you so much, man.
I remember bits and bobs of it. It was more of a Slack session.
A Slack session? That's interesting.
Captain Archer spent most of his time on the beach, lounging. Raylan talked with his peers and eventually went for a hunt at the end of it. We now have the Simpinal Remus.
Yeah.
He has had a change of title after his simpness, after he took some bad advice from a bad book from Captain Archer.
And he took even worse advice from a Promethean, talking old Terran to him.
Yep. I know I blew up a tree.
Yes, when you threw Final Wish, yeah.
Yeah, when I threw a melee weapon so hard it exploded. That was after I was getting fondled by catwomen, so that was awkward. And Dark Lovely was doing some Espery things up on the hill, getting visions and whatnot.
At the Sacred Grove.
Yeah, at the Sacred Grove. And then I have no idea what the hell Tonto did.
He got hit on by catwomen too. And then he got anointed.
Yeah,
Seems
catwomen.
I recall something about him having a confrontation in the water.
Ooh, that is true.
Yeah, we had some of the other cat people, other Volna guys. They didn't like the fact that they weren't getting looked at. So one decided to try and puff himself up next to the 6'6" giant Jason Momoa.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
He Aquaman the hussies.
Yes. And I had trained briefly with the spear-wielding catwomen, who were more confused by the fact that I lack any form of junk than anything. And I feel like I was being shamed by the elder one, too.
Yes. Definitely.
Well, yeah, and then there was the brutalized hunt at the very end of it, too, so...
Ooh.
That poor deer never seen me coming.
You mean the Shank Fest?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yep. We saved the shank just for him after we ate it.
Action surged on a deer.
I wanted it done fast, man. That bastard was not getting away from me.
And it did not. It did not.
Oh,
you shanked it with a vengeance.
Like that's rape.
It was penetrated multiple times from behind.
With your knife.
Fine.
Without permission.
Yes, definitely without permission. I don't think it would let me stab it.
That's one way of honoring the old ways.
Now stay where you are. I'm going to bloody stab you.
It was
Yeah.
a hunt.
Yes,
Yeah.
apparently the old ways include non-consent to stabbing.
Yes. And then I also had a poop-covered arm that I started petting the phase beast with. He did not appreciate it.
Oh yes,
Hey.
Umbra did not like that at all. Agreed.
I think that pretty much covers it, though. Definitely not in order.
All right. Well, you're definitely going to start off with that extra inspiration. And I see people were filling in the blanks, but who wants to officially do it for an extra inspiration?
The filling in the blanks. Well, yeah. So the NASCAR
Yes.
wasn't a onesie.
Yeah.
I
NASCAR
found a
and
onesie, and that got sent around to the group. Aura got Esper yeeted into a vision tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
I have Ancient Valna, and I saw some very significant symbols to that.
Mm-hmm.
Minx is in town.
Yeah.
The speaker fucked up Sentinel Remus. Like, it was Master Roshi cat form.
Mm-hmm.
Just Super Saiyan him.
Yes.
Yeah, good old super sandwich.
Yeah. We're about to get to a feast.
Yes.
I think an Archer nap most of the time, besides the phone call where everyone was wearing onesies and of the Valna. So.
Yeah.
And Jane made me promise to bring back food.
Oh, and Argus is kind of looked weirdly upon because he is not a male nor female.
I'm non-nary.
Yes, that's the term. Non-airy. Okay.
But so he is not allowed to train.
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
I did say I trained with them briefly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, after they found out because she patted your junk.
That's how it all started.
Oh, and the party got shells from some of the kids.
Oh yes, the fang necklaces. Yes.
Yep.
Yes, indeedy. I hope you guys wrote that stuff down on your character sheets.
But because I'm already from here, no one gives me shit anymore besides, oh, it's him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they give you shit, obviously.
The only one giving me shit right now is Argus, because he needs to go wash up.
I thought
No,
we
he gave that to Umbra.
That's true.
Oh man.
We did have the feast.
I was pretty sure I was already cleaned up and everything.
Yes.
Yeah, we did have the feast.
The feast did start.
8 leaflings, the branch horn.
Branch horns. Perfect.
Branch horns.
Mm-hmm.
Mother creatures. I think that's where we left off at.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And, I believe there was one other thing. There's some Terran scientists there.
Oh
doing some
yeah.
study.
Yeah. Who checked you the hell out?
All right, Tonto, Sakurista, if you can remember her name, I'll give you an extra inspiration.
Ooh.
L'Oreal.
L'Oreal? No, her name's not L'Oreal.
Oh.
L'Oreal.
Because you're worth it.
She did have a lot of hair, a lot of blonde hair, but no, she is not L'Oreal.
It was braided blonde hair.
Yes, it was. All right. Can you do it?
Unfortunately, I cannot.
It is all right. It is all right. But all right, thank you all for the recap. All right, anyone listening or viewing, if you want even more details, go check out episode 6. But
Watch it, fools.
It would be in order that way.
yes. All right, yeah, please do. You know, give me a couple
And
of
far
views, couple of likes.
And far less nonsical.
Did I get that inspiration?
Yes, you do.
Okay, cool. That's all. That's why I did it.
Okay. And so definitely Alloy, Draco, Argus, rather than Brave Stride, you two will start off with 2 inspiration, and everybody is going to start off with 1.
Yes.
All right. But with that, let us go ahead and get into tonight's session of Esper Genesis. Players, cast your minds away from these current times into the future, to the galaxy of the Silrain Arc, to the beautiful green jewel in space, the planet Vol. Though it is night, many moons are in the sky. Many stars can be seen. The villages and starports are all lit up. Some distance away from Galkahume, there's a small clearing. And in this clearing, embedded in the ground, are little shiny pieces of metal that are slowly deteriorating. One of the situations in this system is the advent of Sorium, a super substance that is able to take on any form, any shape, any type of energy, any material, and it is used quite heavily to do miraculous things. Some of our heroes are able to even use it to generate instantaneously drones. A few episodes back, Sagaristio used this power to generate a safari drone to help him fix a hover vehicle and to combat cacklehounds. Unfortunately, though, it has been crushed to pieces, and these pieces, before returning to an inert state, are still embedded in the ground. And as we look upon the ground with these little shards of metal sticking out of it, a heavy, huge, red metallic foot stomps. It moves over to a different location and immediately places down a large chunk of red metal. That metal begins immediately expanding and unfolding. It connects energy-wise to another large red pillar placed by another large red machine. These huge drones seem to be readying themselves for something. But that is beyond the notice of everyone. We shift over miles upon miles away back to the humble village of Galkahume, the home village of Writhen Bravestride, where music is playing, people are enjoying themselves, where the feast is happening. My players, all of you are sitting around this huge table. The table's made purely of wood, and it has all types of divots and imperfections in it, but at the same time, it has this nice wax on it that allows it to still be remotely flat. Plates of roasted meats and all types of vegetables and fruits are being served and just handed over, and just the environment is beautiful. As you guys are enjoying yourselves, eating delicious foods, all of a sudden, a few people kind of stop and look up. Everyone's able to hear these heavy wing flaps of something flying overhead. But as they look up to see what it is, immediately the look of worry instantly transitions to that of smiles and some people cheering. Bravestride. It's been a long time, but you definitely recognize those wing flaps. They belong to a wolog, a type of flying feline beast. Extremely hard to find, and even harder to tame. But your uncle, Yando, Beastseeker, has somehow done that. And with that, he goes ahead and circles Galkahume and drops 3 huge branch horns down in the center of the village. The other Volna quickly gather them up and get ready to prepare them to add them to the meat for the feast. And with that, the Wolog lands. Yando, with ridiculous agility, even in his old age, swings his leg over and spirals down, landing, of course, on his feet. He looks over at the table and he sees you riding Brave Stride. And immediately his arms go open. Nephew!
Uncle!
Get over here!
I will.
Right? You get up and you guys meet with this good embrace. Brave Stride, remind me, what is your passive perception again?
15.
With a 15 though, while you're sitting here hugging your uncle, I mean, this man kind of he's been your foundation here on Vol. Whenever you came back to your home world, you were typically staying with him. He's like a second father to you. But while you're sitting here giving him a good hug, you can't help but to see out the side of your eye his son, Xylan. And recognizing it finally as Xylan, because you could tell from the way he's scowling at you, he's also the same Volna that was having an issue with Sagaricio last time. But either way, your uncle Yando, he goes ahead, man, look at y'all, look at these arms. Wait a minute. You went ahead and hunted, didn't you?
The speaker told me to. Said work with the beast within. Though the bigger beast is my companion.
Your companion? Oh.
Yes.
He looks over at the table. And then he kind of like looks up a little bit more and sees this huge ashen forged companion, huh? Packmate?
Packmate.
Packmate. He goes over and he gives you a tight hug, Argus.
This is immediately uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, because this man is strong.
More or less the fact I've had enough touching today.
Yes. Oh, so Rylan, he goes ahead and practically pushes you over. Introduce me to the rest of your pack.
All right. All start with this is Aura. This is Argus. This is Archer. This is Sagaricio.
Let's see here. Promethean, a Terra, and a Cash. And immediately...
Oh, and that's
Remus. Yeah, he stands up. You said I was a member of your pack and you don't introduce me? How rude.
I really love fucking with this one.
Seems easy. Your uncle tells you. And with that, your uncle goes around the table. Kesh, strong. So you're a packmate, right? And immediately the Sentinel Remus, yes, I am. No, you're not. Yando tells him and walks off. And immediately Remus is like, what? How dare you? All right, listen, do you know what I had to go through? And immediately your uncle Yando turns around and he goes, ha ha! He looks over at you, Rylan. It is easy. Oh, sit down, Greenie. Enjoy the food. Right. And like Remus is looking at him, Greenie. I do not. And immediately Yando looks over at you. One of the literal types, huh?
Yeah, we usually call them pickles.
Pickles. And immediately, like, Remus is standing up again. All right, you do not call me Pickles. What is a pickle? It does not matter what a pickle is.
Remus, it's a term of endearment in Old Terran. You know what? Why don't you add it to your title and properly introduce yourself?
Yes, Simpinol.
The pickled simp.
I will research this pickle first. But then he goes over to Yando. I am Remus, the simp of her. And he goes ahead, points at Aura. And with that, Yando's like,
Yes, that is his title.
Yando kind of looks over at you, right? The branch like, I see what you did there. And with that, finally, Yando goes ahead and just clasps Remus's shoulder, and he goes, "And a mighty simp you are." And Remus just smiles and kind of beams proudly.
You're sitting back above his head, hands locked behind his head, just kind of shaking his head back and forth. Oh my God, what a child.
Oh, sounds good. With that, Archer, as you are shaking your head, you do see that another person has managed to arrive in Galcahume. This one, he seems to be more like a lynx type of Volna cat person, and he has this hover cart that is carrying various containers. But seeing his modern dress and attire, you do recognize another transporter such as yourself.
He's got for that.
Say that again.
Always got an eye out for that.
You definitely do. Though you do notice that he is having a couple of issues with his communicator, but after a couple of tries, he stops worrying about it, and with that, he allows a lot of the younger Volna to get the containers, except for one. And you recognize that symbol definitely as one of, it's a type of smuggler symbol. But that combined with the symbol next to it, that means it is some good high quality alcohols. But what you do
myself.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse myself from the group and take a stroll over.
Mm-hmm. And with that, immediately you see his ear kind of twitches and he looks over at you. He looks you up and down. Looks like a fellow space dog to me.
Yeah, and on a planet full of cats. How about that?
I'm Lycos.
Archer.
Jonathan Archer? What are you doing?
To the party?
Well, since you're here, I've heard a few tales about you. He goes ahead, cracks it open, and it is some high quality Carlaxian ale. We're talking about the good stuff that makes you take 2 breaths after the first sip.
Nice.
Yeah. I got the calm on the hollow.
See how many lives these kitty cats can lose tonight, huh?
Oh, most definitely. He goes ahead, he reaches in, he pulls out a bottle, and he just offers it to you. He goes, it's an honor to meet you. But making a delivery? Picking up?
Just finished the delivery, thinking about a pickup.
Well, here. From Vol to you. And he hands you a bottle of high-quality Carlaxian ale. Go ahead, make sure you add that to your character sheet.
And I will give him a nod as I take it, thanking him.
And he goes, all right. Where's the meat? With that, he goes ahead and he gives you a pat on the back and he heads off towards the tables. But with that, you do get a call on your communicator. It's Jane.
What's up, babe?
And she goes, I'm still waiting for that update.
Everything's going good.
And she goes, well, I'm glad things are going good there. The spaceport has grounded all departures.
Really?
Yes. Also, I've noticed security on the spaceport's doubled. I'm checking things out on long-range sensors, and I'm not liking this, Jonathan. I'm not liking this at all. It seems like their forces in space are scouting for something, but I don't know what's going on up there, and they're not answering any questions.
I'll see what I can find out. And cut the channel.
Mm-hmm. You go ahead, you cut channel.
That by now.
Oh, yeah, she kind of is. She still doesn't like it, but yeah, she's used to it. Immediately, you're getting a call from NASCAR, though.
Do I let this go to the machine? I'll go ahead and answer it.
Captain Archer, I am tired of Arcadicus. And you can actually hear Arcadicus in the background. She's growing! She's growing! This huge egg is taking up too much room in the cargo bay. Can't we leave it here?
No, I don't think so.
But I am not getting enough power for my simulator. And I now do not have enough room for my simulator.
Yeah, and that thing's worth more than you are.
Are you trying to call me worthless than an egg?
No. Just that specific egg.
Fine. And with that, he hangs up.
But it's good to know that that thing is growing so much.
And you're getting another call.
It's Arcadicus.
And one I recognize.
Tell the lizard to stop being a rat.
All right. Yes, it is Jill, your daughter.
Hey, sweetie, what's up?
And she goes, and like immediately, all you see is like her eyes and like the top of her head, and she's still wearing her safari hat, but it's on top of the hooded ears of her walnut onesie. You know, and she is like, "Daddy, when you coming home?"
Soon. That's all I can say.
And she's like staring at the hollow. "Ooh, Daddy, I like your necklace. It's so pretty."
If you really behave, you might just get one.
All right. And that's where you notice in her background that she's like kind of jogging a little bit, you know, and in the background you can hear Free goes, "It is your bedtime. It's your bedtime." So, Daddy, you saying if I'm good, I'm going to get one of those necklaces?
I said if, but yes.
Okay, I'll be real good. I'll be real good, okay? Okay, are you going to give me a pretty, like, is there a pink one? Is there a pink one?
I don't know.
You
We'll
still
find
have to
out.
wash up.
You better go take care of what you're supposed to be doing.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm going to wash up and go to bed, but when I wake up, I'm going to see you, all right, Daddy?
Yep.
And-
You will.
And I'm going to get a new necklace, all nice and shiny.
If you've been good.
All right. And with that, you can tell that she's like kind of over Free's shoulder being carried somewhere right now. He goes, "Okay, I'm going to go to bed right now." And with that, she goes, "Love you, Daddy," and just cuts the communicator.
I know where she gets that from. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. Catch up to my traitor friend.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. He is definitely munching on a large type of drumstick of... You don't know what, but he grabs another one and hands it to you.
No, I have a plate over there. Thank you anyway, though. How was security coming in?
Anyway, with that, he goes ahead and he stops munching real quick. He goes, "Why do you ask?"
Not necessarily liking what I'm getting from my ship.
And
How long you been planetside?
And with that, he kind of whispers, "Do you speak Skolath?"
Answer in the language that I do.
Okay. And with that, he kind of takes your arm and leads you a little bit away from prying ears. And still speaking in Skolath, he tells you, "I've been here for about a day, but something's going on. I feel like my people are in trouble, and so I'm here. I saw a couple of things on the way here, but I can't put my paw on it. What have you heard?"
Security's getting tight. All departures have been grounded.
You think they're coming after you, or are they looking for me?
Hard to say one way or the other, isn't it?
It really is. It really is. Anyone come asking for you?
Not as yet.
Then I think we have some time. I'll keep my ears open.
As will I.
He goes ahead, brings up his communicator. Here's my SIM frequency.
Tried out mine.
All right. With that, he gives you the nod, and he goes off and kind of joins the party, but you can tell that he's not just partying, he's also working the crowd for information as well.
Yep.
Princess Aura, you available?
Jeez.
Awesome. While you're sitting here and enjoying yourself, eventually Remus, gets up real quick and he's getting ready to protect you from something, but it's just a few of the warrior women. Immediately one steps forward, looks at you. You fight her?
Probably not in the way that you're thinking, but technically yes.
You strong?
Not physically, but my mind is.
You brave Stripe Pack, yes?
Yeah, I think so.
Then you must be strong. Come.
I don't have to fight anybody, do I?
With that, they kind of giggle. And with that, immediately Remus steps forward. If Aura does not wish to go with you, she does not have to go. And immediately, they whip out their spears and point them to Remus. Remus gets ready to get his shield and sword ready. Her choice.
I'm gonna look at Remus and just be like, well, shit, I think that's the first time you've ever used my name.
Well, we were supposed to... I am present.
I like it. Keep it up.
And with that, one of the warrior women, she goes, she makes own choice. And then they look at you, Aura. Are you going to go with the warrior woman or stay?
I'm gonna look at the plate of food that I had been working on, and I'm gonna be like, can I take this with me? I'm still kind of hungry.
And with that, of course, they nod and they grab your plate and they grab you and they start taking you over to the training area. And Remus tries to follow, but immediately they stop him. And with that, he goes, oh no, where she goes, I go. The female Valna, they look back at you, Aura, to see if that's all right.
I mean, if he wants to come, he could come. Unless this is like a girls-only kind of thing, then sorry, Remus.
And with that, they all turn to Remus. Girls only. Back off. I will not.
Remus, the alternative is you gotta be a girl.
I can make that happen.
Where did you come from? How can I sim for you if I am not by you?
Well, the time apart will make your simping ability stronger, you see.
Simp from afar. You will be stronger that way.
If I feel as if you are in any sort of danger, I will be coming instantly.
Oh, we'll for sure be in telepathy range, you'll know.
And with that, telepathically, he tells you, as you wish. And with that, you go off with the Umgalfi. They take you, I mean, not too far away from the main area, honestly. You're still within visual distance of Remus, who is like constantly keeping his eye out on you. But with that, they hand you one of their spears, and this is way heavier and kind of unwieldy than the spear of leadership that you normally use. And immediately they point towards a target on a tree. It's next to a tree that's been obliterated for some strange reason. But they're asking you to effectively, kind of demonstrate what you can do and toss this spear at the target. Do you want to toss the spear, or do you want to summon your Core Forge Tri-Edge Spear of Leadership?
I'm gonna just basically be like, can I use my own? I use my own a little bit better, I think.
And with that, they nod and they take their spear back, but they're like, you don't have it on you. They're like, what you're going to do?
I'll summon it at that point.
There's a flash of gold and it appears in your hands, and immediately they're like, oh.
I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I use my mind a lot more than I use my spear. So if this sucks, you're allowed to laugh.
And immediately the pack of Volna women is parted from for the elder Volna warrior woman, and she looks at your spear, looks at you, and then she points towards a target, waiting for you to throw your spear. Also, this spear does act as a finesse weapon, believe it or not, and so you're able to use your dexterity modifier to make attacks instead of strength. But let's see what happens. Go ahead. First roll of the night. No?
And that's 1d20 plus the dex modifier?
Yes. Also plus your proficiency bonus.
Blow that tree up.
Yes. With a 16, you almost smack it right there in the bullseye. You're just about a fraction of an inch off. Of course, you're able to...
Well, shit, that went better than I was expecting.
Right there. And immediately, the elder Volna woman, she goes ahead and she claps a little bit. Do you summon the spear back to your hand?
Yeah.
All right. Immediately, it kind of like melts into gold energy before reappearing in your hand. And once again, the other Volna woman like, ooh.
Neat.
And finally, the older Volna, she kind of walks around you in a circle. She reaches out and someone actually brings her spear. And you can tell this is her because it has this intricate carving along it. And she kind of pulls you over to the center of the training area, and she has you hold your spear a certain way. And it seems as if she wants you to mimic the movements that she is doing.
I mean, I'm gonna do it.
Okay. And as you begin to do so, this spear in your hands, this core four, you begin to attune to it. And you realize that it is able to do more than what you had initially thought. And I'll be sending you that information about what it could do a little later.
Sounds good to me.
Most definitely. Lagaristio!
Yo.
You're definitely getting your grub on. The food is great, and what is your passive perception again?
Mine's 12.
Awesome. Okay. And so that is when you kind of notice more of the younger female Volna that have yet to be attached to a different pack or to a soulmate approaching you again. They sit really close and shoulders are touching, and they have some food, but for some reason they just start sharing some of the food on your plate as well. What do you do to that?
Well, I'm not entirely accustomed to, Volna traditions or customs like this, so I'm thinking they're just being polite and nice. Part of me is already thinking that this has got some ulterior motive to it, but I'm just going to enjoy the food. I'll nod, give them a smile, and continue eating my food.
Yep, you're eating your food. They're feeding you. They're cutting off pieces of meat with their claws, and kind of helping you eat a little bit. And you are getting a call from Carita.
And I'll answer it, and I'll have it put in my communicator where I can just hear her in my ear.
Okay, you don't want to bring up the full hollow or nothing like that, just audio only.
Yeah.
All right. Immediately in your ear, she goes, "What are you doing?" Why are you letting those girls feed you?
I'm not entirely accustomed with Volna traditions, so I think they're just being nice.
You really...
Although
you can't be this naive.
this is my first time on Val, and the only other Volna that I've really had spent time with was the white fur over there, who's kind of crazy.
Well, has he ever fed you?
Directly like this? No, but he has given me food.
Mm-hmm. Look, they're trying to mate with you. I'm just going to say it, all right? You're not even the same species. All right, why are you even leading them on like this?
Leading them on?
Yes, you're... Can't you see what you're doing? You need to shut this down right now.
Ah, so is that a hint of jealousy I actually hear?
No, I just don't want you to catch squidgelitis. One of the Volna women, they kind of turn your head towards them and they're offering you a drink. It looks like some type of bloodberry wine.
Has anybody decorated his head with a wreath of flowers yet?
Not yet. Not yet.
You know where I'm at.
I do.
Yep.
But do you sip the wine, Sagaristio?
I'll politely decline for right now as I drink my water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she seems a little hurt by that, and immediately Karita's like, you know, what's going on? Oh, wait, she tried to give you one. Wait, I'm telling you, these Volna are trying to mate with you. You need to get out of there.
Nah, well, that'd be kind of rude. But if you honestly think that what they're trying to do what you're saying they're doing, well, like, I'm not terribly interested in Volna women.
You're not?
No, like they're good women, but not for me.
Oh.
They might go for Simpinol over there.
Yes. Oh, he staring like one of those falcodactyls. But yeah, fine. I was just warning you. I'm trying to help you out. Okay, bye. And with that, she cuts the comms.
I'm just gonna sit there for a moment as I ponder this and drink my water. It's like,
Shipboard romance.
But with that, also, you do finally see the other, well, not other, but the Terran. She's coming out from a tent, and she has a plate full of vegetables and fruit and whatnot. She sits down on a table, same side as you, but a couple of Volna women away. But immediately, she sits down, she begins eating, and she is looking at a couple of hollow sheets that contain various information, bits about, it seems like the history of Vol and etc. But every now and again, she does kind of catch a glance over at you, and but she goes back to her studies, while of course the other Volna girls are trying to get your attention and turn your face towards them. What do you do, Sagaristia?
well, I see that she's got some sort of documents over there, and she probably speaks Terran, so. And so I'll ask her. It's like, what do you got over there? Looks like you're looking over some Vol documents.
She goes, oh, yes, I am. They're old historical documents from a few of humans' research on this planet when Vol finally allowed human beings onto this planet. You're Promethean, right?
That I am. I hope that's not going to be an issue.
No, I'm not like, my mom, who, yeah, she has issues, But no, I mean, honestly, I think Prometheans are fascinating. I mean, to be able to take your genetic destiny into your own hands and to always be who you feel as if you should have been, and to make that a reality, to actually depart from your humble beginnings here on Earth, and to pretty much take evolution by the reins and control it. I'm babbling. I'm sorry, I don't think I even introduced myself. I'm Brooke Demir.
Pleasure to meet you, Brooke. My name is Sagaricio of the Sartori clan.
The Sartori clan. Wait, doesn't your clan specialize in making weapons?
Weapon development and defensive implements.
Remember, I read this article on the sim about that. I mean, is it? I mean, how's that make you feel, knowing that you make things that help kill and hurt people? And with that, for some reason, she says that the vulnerable women are like, and now they're like, oh, you help kill and hurt people, right? And now they're trying to fill on your axes and whatnot. Literally.
Well, there's a saying that goes around with, at least with my immediate family, with my father and my uncle. It's better to know how to use a weapon than it is to know how to make one. Otherwise, well, as you say, you kill people and all that, so I have to live with the fact that what we do does intentionally hurt people, but we try to make good. By at least, doing what we can to inform people that certain methods are not looked upon greatly. But that doesn't stop people from, abusing our weapons.
Well, I've actually been from one end of the Silrain Arc to the other, and one thing has proven true. Sentients will find a way to weaponize anything.
Yep. No, we thought, even us as, I might be Promethean, but still somewhat human. I remember how, in the old days, how we just fought each other over dominance, over territory. That we were the worst of the worst, but, well, a wider galaxy shows that we're a lot more alike than we thought we were.
That is true. Human history is terrible. I was recently researching this thing that happened so long ago, something called the COVID crisis. It's hard finding solid details on it, but it greatly affected human history.
And did, had a bit of a domino effect.
It did. And then she looks over and like all the female fauna that are around you are staring at her like, can you leave? You're killing the vibe. And one even hisses. It immediately, Brooke is like, oh, you were entertaining company.
Actually, I wanted to ask you about a question on that. Do you speak any additional tongues? I'll speak Alamu, and then I'll try Lingo.
Right. She actually speaks Alamu.
All right, I'll talk to her in Alamu then.
And, and she is like, it's amazing. She's like, so many people choose not to learn this language, but, machines use this constantly to communicate with one another. And we are surrounded by machines. Well, not so much here on Val, but I didn't expect my life to be taken here on Val. And she's going on about Alamu, and eventually her speaking this foreign language that the Volna women do not, they kind of just get frustrated and leave.
Well, now that I have a bit more space, I can relax again. And as she's kind of going off, it's like, I wanted to ask you a question on traditions here on Val, because we'll say a concerned friend of mine thought that these women were trying to mate with me. I don't know any of the traditions here. I'm thinking they're just being polite, but...
And with that, you see Brooke kind of smiles, and she brings up a different article. And she effectively kind of proves to you through the article that what the women were doing, where they were getting in good with you, not to mate, but because they realize you are part of the Brave Stride pack. And for them getting in good with you actually raises their social ranking.
Oh, okay, I see. But it's interesting, though, that they don't try this with Brave Stride, though.
And with that, she goes,
Wouldn't that be a direct increase to their social standing if they get in good with him?
and she goes, it would, but they can't. Because, and she goes ahead, she scrolls down, and she said that this is what certain Volna do when they're currently either packless, are still firmly attached to their pack, as in they haven't been released in order to join other packs.
Gonna have a bit of a smile come over my face for a moment, and I'll hand her back the documents. Like, I might have an idea, and it's gonna really mess with one of our, we'll say, colleagues.
Yes.
You've seen that one over there, and I'll kind of point over to Remus as he's probably doing something.
He is standing there, cross-armed, staring as if he is unallowed to blink over at Aura training with the elder Volna woman. And she goes, what's the deal with him?
He has a sworn duty to protect our friend there. I'm pretty sure you've met her, Aura.
Yeah. You two are part of the same pack, correct?
Correct.
She goes, she's the princess of the Kesh, and given the way he's acting, and I think he even said it, he's a sentinel. He's meant to protect her, but what are they doing here?
Very strange set of circumstances that brought us together. Even stranger with him thrown into the mix. Technically, he's supposed to be bringing her back to her father. However, she just got currently ordained as High Priestess.
What? No.
So,
Oh, that is so Nova. There hasn't been a High Priestess of the Kesh for forever. I can't even remember how long it's been.
from what I've heard, it's been quite a while, so it's quite the big deal, and because of that, he technically has greater standing than her own father, the king. Which means he can't really do his duty to bring back the princess when she's technically the High Priestess.
Yes, the High... Oh, wait. Is she going to usurp her father?
I don't think so. She just doesn't agree with her father's rulings, and the rebellious nature type. I'm guessing you don't speak Alamu, and you don't understand what we're saying.
She's flirting with you, I could tell.
No, she let me know what was going on with the Vow women, and you actually were wrong. They wanted higher standing, social standing.
Yes, by mating with you.
Favor. Wasn't really mating, they're currying favor to getting good with the Brave Stride family, which Brave Stride is the white fur.
And so is that Terran doing the same thing?
He's doing research here on Val.
And so why are you guys speaking that robot language? I mean, just so I wouldn't understand it? I mean, why are you keeping secrets?
So the Val woman wouldn't understand, because I didn't want to hurt any feelings.
They barely speak Terran.
And they barely speak Terran, but they do speak it now, don't they?
Look, she is really close to you, and I can tell from the looks that she's giving you. She likes you.
I mean, I'm not gonna say anything, but you have seen me, right? I get all sorts of looks from all sorts of types. Some of them are a lot more obvious than others. Obviously, the Vow woman was a lot less obvious.
All right, look, okay, there's no need for you to inflate your own ego like that. Okay, you're not that hot. Click.
He called you hot.
Not that hot, eh?
And,
All right, tell you what. I'll bring you back a souvenir as an apology. Will that do?
And with that, it just says, your connection has been canceled.
All right. I'll hop off the communicator. It's like, sorry, concerned friend is all.
He goes, oh, that must be nice.
Yeah. Having friends concerned about your well-being is kind of nice. You don't have anyone here on Val like that? I thought you were here with someone else.
It was a temp job that's gone on a lot longer than I had anticipated.
Temp? How long have you been here?
It's going almost on a year now. I mean, the pay is okay. My boss sucks, but what boss is cool? And most of my friends are actually on the other side of the Silverrain Arc right now, so. But that's my problems. And you had questions about the Vol and its history. And with that, she goes, "Can we talk somewhere a little bit quieter?"
Well, I don't mind. So long as you don't mind continue speaking Alamu, because as much as I like the Vol here, yeah, no, I don't need them prying any further.
And with that, she goes, "I understand. You mind if we go by the river? I don't know why, but its similarity to old Earth's Aurora Borealis just calms me."
Yeah, no, I could do that. But like I said, I do need your help with a little bit of thing, we like to mess with the Sentinel Remus a little bit. He's a little too uptight. We're trying to loosen him up.
And with that, she kind of gets a mischievous smile on her face. She goes, "Why not?" She goes ahead and grabs a cup of bloodberry wine, takes a sip. "What are we doing?"
So, with the Vol women, what they were doing with me was, trying to curry favor with to get the higher social standing, right?
Right.
What if we direct them over to him, saying that currying favor with him is going to be better to getting in?
And she goes, "That is going to be entertaining." And with that, immediately she starts whispering in your ear, and she's pretty much telling you what to say in Volna that will direct them towards that. So when you make your persuasion check to the women, you get to do it with advantage.
Perfect.
Go ahead, make that roll now. Argus, are you available? We're going to get to you in about a moment, but I want to see the results of this roll.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Most definitely.
Let's see. Do I have anything in? Nope. So straight up dice roll.
You got this.
So this will be interesting. 19.
So you go over to the trio of Volna women that were hanging on you, practically. You tell them exactly what Brooke told you to tell them. Their eyes get wide, and immediately they flock over to Remus, and he was like, "What? Who are you? What do you... Get off. Do not touch me. Do not touch... Let go. I am present." Oh. And, they are just messy with him. They're trying to get him food. He's trying to, decline. Yeah, he's definitely going to be busy for a while.
I'm going to quickly get Remus on the comms as I'm watching this. I'm like, "It's okay, Remus. It's part of Valna tradition to welcome brave warriors, especially ones of your stature."
To welcome them. How am I to welcome them? They are giving me food. I do not want to eat this.
Remus, it would be incredibly rude to decline. In fact, it's seen as heresy.
Heresy.
You don't want to do that. Be the simp that I know you can be. Be the Remus that you believe you can be.
I have already dedicated myself to be the greatest of simps. And with that, he looks over at the Volna women that are trying to offer him food and drink and whatnot. "I simp only for Aura, but I will welcome all of you." And with that, he picks up all three women and carries them over to the table. And with that, immediately Brooke, her eyes get huge and she goes, uh-oh. And a couple of the other older Volna men, they get up and they're like, what?
Shit.
I'm gonna take a sip from I guess cup of wine as well, and I'm gonna look at Brooke. I'm like, oh, this is going better than I thought.
He goes, this may not go so well for him. He's not allowed to carry a Volna woman unless he intends to. Like 3 huge Volna men are making their way towards Remus right now.
I get what you mean, and this is even better. Oh, Raylan's gonna love that.
Yeah, I'm totally tagging along with the 3 huge guys. I'm helping out.
Right. And so, yeah, Remus, he sits these 3 women down, and he sits amongst them. I welcome you as warriors. Feed me. Yeah. So, Argus.
Yes. Yeah.
Witnessing a whole lot of this, you do see another older female Volna. She's actually gesturing you to come towards her. Do you do so?
Sure. When in Rome, as they say.
Mm-hmm. And so immediately she pulls over this very long curved wooden pipe and takes a puff and blows it over to the side. She looks you up and down. So, they didn't train you?
No, I don't think my aim was good enough.
You killed a tree.
That was after I was told no.
At that, she goes ahead, gets up, takes another puff. You can tell she's a type of cougar type of the Volna.
I hope she realizes I'm only 12.
Well, with that, she goes ahead and she feels on your strong 12-year-old arms and strong 12-year-old legs.
Sonny, can you help me look at this map?
Oh, God. Still one of the best lines I've ever heard. Hi, what do you need? I need help finding my way into your pants.
Yeah, she does the crotch pat.
Please, no touch.
Yeah, that's fine. You want to learn? She goes ahead and blows some smoke towards you.
Is it appropriate for me to learn when the elder says no?
And with that, she kind of smiles. I am no longer Ngalfi.
Okay.
And so, with that, she goes ahead, pulls out her highly engraved spear, and she gestures you over towards a clearing, just like on the outskirts of Galkahume.
For sure, I will follow.
Right. Her training is very sudden, but if you choose to stick with it, one of the things you can learn from her is how to parry. Long story short, you can burn your reaction to make an attack roll to negate a melee attack against you if you roll equal to or higher than that attack roll.
Interesting. I like options.
All right. That is if you want to stay and learn from her. If not...
I mean, I did want to learn in the first place, so I might as well get something while we're here.
Most definitely. And so... With that, her training pretty much consists of her trying to surprise attack you from every turn, and as soon as you block one, she pretty much slaps you upside the head, and she tells you, don't block, attack.
Yep. All right.
All right. And so she goes to attack you again. Go ahead and roll your attack, please.
I'm still on dice box.
Hmm.
Well, I see how it is, Avray.
Most definitely. And so you go to attack the weapon that she's attacking you with, but unfortunately, it is spear to, I'm assuming you're using Final Wish?
Yes.
All right, it is spear to your glaive. All right, and you're not used to using it like this, especially on the spur of a moment, so you do miss a couple of times, but you are slowly getting it. Of course, with Telvin telling you, I think she has other reasons for training you.
Be quiet.
Yeah. And so with that, you guys kind of spear, like, well, not spear, but her spear to your glaive lock. And she is going for the trip move. Go ahead, test your strength. I'm still have
Test your might.
right. Go ahead and give me a strength check.
Does
15 or
proficiency
higher.
Apply? Is this a proficiency applied to this?
It does actually.
Perfect. I got 16.
And so she goes for the trip, but you manage to keep your footing. You do take a step back, and with that, she goes ahead and she breaks a lock. Good, strong, stable. Again, and with that, she continues your training. Brave Stride, you said you were rolling up with the other 3 huge Volna to, quote unquote, talk to Remus.
Yeah.
Right? Immediately, you know, they see you and it was like, wait a minute, isn't he part of your pack?
Yeah, but he has broken tradition.
Yes, he has.
And I'm guessing these fine females are from your packs.
They are.
Then he deserves what's coming.
And immediately, here he is. Like, they're putting food into his mouth and whatnot. And immediately, one of them just roars. Like, the music stops. And immediately, you know, Remus, he kind of turns, looks at him. He has all types of food on his face and stains from the berry wine. You three
And I also
are...
see
Mhm.
that your females are not as loyal as they should be.
And with that, the middle one of the huge male Volnas, he cracks his neck. He tells the other 2 in Volna to take the women and go. And Remus, he looks this large Volna up and down. I see. And he stands up, and this guy's even taller than Remus. Remus is pretty intimidating at 6'5". I back down from no challenge.
I cannot save you from your own choices.
I do not know what choice I have made that has led to this. But if you wish to fight Volna, I will do so. On my honor as a simp. And with that, the large Volna, he kind of looks over at you, Brave Stride, like, what?
It's, I'll whisper to him in Valda. It's an ongoing joke. He thinks simp is a high title.
The Volna looks back at him.
He has a little bit of brain damage. Don't hit him in the head.
2 ring. And immediately they head over towards pretty much a fighting circle that the male Volna kind of train in, especially when it comes to grappling and stuff like that there. And with that, everyone's like, oh, okay, cool. You know, they start getting around the circle, and the feast resumes. But as that is happening, Yando, he comes over, he puts his hand on your shoulder, Brave Stride. And he goes, nephew,
Yes.
we have to meet with the other beastmen. Come with me.
This is like a serious look on his face.
There is. And you also see that he has, let's call it the whistling sling. It is a way of summoning the beastmen. Beastmen in the Volna culture are just, they're Volna that have an animal companion.
Alright. I guess I'll call Umbra to my side.
Mm. And with that, she goes ahead, she kind of teleports right next to you.
I'm going to project the severity of the situation so she stays more in control of herself.
Yes. She goes, fine. Don't expect me to fight. I ate way too much. I just want to go and take a nap. But the food here is great. Even better than your gun. No, it's not better than your gun. It's almost as good as your gumbo.
I worked really hard on that gumbo. Anyway, not the point.
Right. But with that, you guys go ahead and you follow Yando out of the village of Gakahume, and you realize that he's taking you towards Hunter's Rock. Hunter's Rock is this large, flat-ish stone that ancient Volna used to use to help craft their weaponry, and they carved various tales into it in the ancient Volna language, and it's always been a meeting place for hunters and beastmen alike.
Nice.
But as you guys arrive, and he goes ahead and he grabs the whistling sling and begins spinning it over his head. More Volna appear. One is riding one of the Glogs. Glogs, like the ones you transported. 4 armed, 2 legs, huge, furried, striped, and he just comes from the bush, riding on it as if it was an elephant, especially since they're almost the same size as one. Another Volna arrives. Female. Small, even for a Volna. And she actually is coming with a phase beast of her own.
Ah.
And of course, your uncle's Wolog comes descending from the skies. A few others show up. But with that, Yando goes ahead and he gets onto the rock and he goes, "Thank you, Beastman, for meeting with me." And immediately the shorter Volna, she kind of steps forward. "This better be good. I have things to do, things to hunt. And this is cutting into my time. There are things out there." And immediately Yando cuts her off. "You mean things like this?" And he reaches behind and tosses over a robot's head. Red chrome spike. Rylan, you recognize it of the Lorendi design.
How long will Lorendi?
Yando.
How long will Lorendi be here?
And with that, Yando, he goes ahead and he tells you, "Not long. A day, maybe." I don't know what they're after, but they're going to attack soon. Immediately, Brave Stride, you're able to detect a presence. There are more Volna nearby that have yet to reveal themselves.
Do we have more guests here that aren't showing themselves, or were we being eavesdropped on?
Everyone's ears twitch, and finally the other Volna arrive, and seeing as how they're wearing nothing but the loincloths and they have some of the traditional markings on their fur, you recognize these extra dozen as members of the first hunt.
Interesting to see you here.
One looks at you. "Volna is in danger. Of course we are here."
So we're putting our strifes to the side and working together finally.
This technology is evil and you know it.
And I probably know what they're after too.
And with that, everyone turns and looks at you. As you
Four
get,
stones.
and a few of them kind of, especially the first hunt, they look confused. But Yando, he goes, "Wait a minute," and he looks over at your phase beast. "Is that really?"
It is.
Umbra mentally is communicating with you, Rylan. She goes, "He's staring at me."
Go ahead and talk to him.
"No,
Yes,
he's staring at me so intensely."
there's a reason for that. Go ahead.
And right now, the other male phase beast is just sitting, perfectly poised, next to the other shorter Volna.
This phase piece is a little different.
And she goes, "I'm feeling weird things for him."
Her?
And with that, Umbra, she goes, "I think he wants me,
Umbra, not the time.
but he's staring at me." I want to claw his eyes out, but I want him to take me at the same time.
Oh my. I'm not gonna feed if you keep talking like that.
She kind of lets out, "Meow."
Oh my god.
His tail's wagging kind of hard, but he's remaining obedient. Finally, the shorter Volna, she looks at her phase beast, looks over at yours. Yando, he's leapt off of the Huntress rock and has come over to your phase beast. The green core stone, the actual green core stone. They're here
Yes.
for this.
Not just this one, but there could be one on this planet.
I see.
I don't even know. I don't even think they know I'm here.
Well, finally, the other one, she stands up and she goes, well, if they want this stupid gem, give it to them. Rather they have the gem and leave Vol alone than for there to be a fight.
You know who the Lorendi are?
Do you think I care who the Lorendi are? And with that, finally, one of the members of the First Hunt, he goes, you should care. They come with their machines. They're desecrating our land.
Yeah. Well, they're also conquerors.
No one shall conquer Vol. We will conquer them.
Well, that would probably be okay for a little bit until they decide that they need to bring the whole entire force.
Well, finally, even though no one heard him, Manx, one of the elders of Galgahume, he just appears. He walks in the center and puts out his arm, and his Falcodactyl lands on it. It begins screeching a little bit. He nods. And finally,
Not bad.
he looks over. The machines. They are surrounding our villages. Surrounding the spaceports. They will attack. Sound the horn. Draw the claws. And with that, he sends his Facodactyl to fly off, and he slowly makes his way back into the bush. And with that, Yando, he just kind of lowers his head. But
I have a question.
yes,
It's do we know if their ships are coming in or are they teleporting in?
with that, Yando, he goes, I haven't received any reports from any of the spaceports or our space defense of any ships. They must be
Realize-
teleporting then.
Yeah, and they were smuggled in.
Cloaking technology.
Could be. I mean, we are out of date. We're pretty antiquated when it comes to our own tech.
And immediately one of the members of the First Hunt, that is because this tech is evil. See how it eases the defilement of our land. If they are here, we must kill them.
I agree the Lorendi needs to be destroyed. They are hideous creatures. And I'm not here to convince you your ways of tech. I remember the old ways, but I practice the new as well. However, my pack has a pretty good efficiency dealing with mechanical monstrosities, as you put it.
Your attack. I've heard. They contain non-vulna. Your pack is an abomination.
I am an abomination. I leave this planet and I come back. I use technology. In your eyes, I am the abomination. I'm also an albino.
You are dirtied, but you're not an abomination. You are Vaughn. You can be saved.
No.
You can.
But right now, as we're all together, and you guys are correct that that's about the Lorendi, I also need to ask about one thing. Twilight Labyrinth.
And with that, you see they kind of straighten up their posture. You would need to make an insight check to see, get any more information about their reaction to the Twilight Labyrinth.
Insight. Oh, okay. I can do that.
Hmm.
20.
Oh, one, as soon as you say the Twilight Labyrinth, you know that they have some connection with it. It has made them uneasy because you realize that the official ruling of the government is that no one is to have access to it anymore. But given that reaction, you can't assume as if they've been going there.
How many people have you lost to the labyrinth?
We have lost none. We understand that it is forbidden.
Actually, I agree with you. But there might be something in there that the lower ND want, which we just talked about.
And so immediately some of the other Volna goes, they're looking for our gold, for our gems, for our precious metals.
The core stones.
Finally, the other first hunt member, he goes, Yando, be seeker. I wish to accept the challenge. To find, and he points towards Hunter's Rock. And he's pointing towards a symbol that there isn't really an accurate translation, but it's a symbol for a weapon that the ancient Volna used back when it was being invaded by forces from beyond the stars. And the only way to really say what it is if you had to translate it into English/Terran, would be the Aether Storm Bow. Legend has it that it wreaks havoc with any mechanism.
I will take you up on that challenge too.
And with that, no, Yando, he looks at you, he looks at one of the guys from the first hunt. Now is not the time.
Actually, it is the time.
This challenge takes 7 days. The
My
enemy
part.
is here. And no one even knows if it still holds true. No one has ever claimed it. No one has ever returned from the challenge. And we have all heard from Manx. He has given his order, and we will obey. And immediately, Yando, he goes over next to Hunter's Rock, hanging on a tree. He looks at this horn, and you all know what that horns mean. Once he blows it, it's a signal to all the other villages and cities to get ready to fight. And with that, he looks back towards everyone else. My brothers, my sisters, my people. He draws his family blade. Shing. Draw the claws. All of you are able to hear the horns echo out in the distance from the other villagers responding to it. And with that, Yando, he puts the horn back. More horns are being echoed throughout the land. Yando gets on board his Wallog. He gives you a bit of a worried look, Brave Stride, before flying off. As he does so, the other fauna, the female with her companion, the other phase beast, she kind of gives you a slight jab to the stomach. And she goes,
What?
Is your phase beast in heat?
Probably.
Well, keep her away from mine.
Well, if I remember right, you hunt alone.
than you remember well.
May your aim be true.
And may your claws stay sharp. Come on, Clogger. And with that, her phase beast goes after her, but it looks back at Umbra. And you see Umbra, she kind of lowers her head, but she lifts up her hindquarters. Her tail kind of flops over to the side. And she goes,
You're working right now. No, not in that way.
Is this whole planet just horny?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yes.
Sir GM.
Alright.
Even my own frickin' companion's a hussy.
But Brave Stride, with that, I think you return back to the village.
Yeah, we're gonna teleport back and then call for my pack.
Most definitely. You teleport back. Aura, you don't know what it is about this woman's training, but you actually feel as if you are now one with the core forged tri-edged spear of leadership. And you have attuned to it. Let me go ahead and send this to you, as you have definitely unlocked some more of its capabilities.
Yay!
Argus,
Yes.
you're a hussy. After teaching you a couple of grappling techniques, you have definitely learned the ability to parry.
Sweet.
Once again, it costs you a reaction, and you have to make an attack roll that equals or beats a melee attack against you. This does not work against ranged.
Would be impressive if it did.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Most definitely. But, Brave Stride, you have teleported back to the center of Galkahume. Over in the fighting circle, you do see Remus being handled very, very roughly by one of the larger Volna. It's effectively a wrestling match, and he has just been suplexed.
I will walk up, kind of let out the low growl. Enough's enough.
With that, Remus, he gets up. I'm just getting my second wind.
I look at the Valna. You heard the horn. Prepare yourself.
He draws his blade. More of them draw their blades. Unfortunately, the feast is over. The young, they also know what's going on, and they're a bit bummed, but they start heading back indoors. All the other adult Volna begin drawing their blades. Sagaristio, you're with Brooke, and you guys were kind of laughing at Remus being manhandled till you guys heard the sound of that horn, and the other horns happening off in the distance. And Brooke, she's able to tell you, wait, that's prepare for battle horn.
Battle.
In Sagaristio, you see Brave Stride and Umbra teleport back to the center of Galkahume. And it looks like he wants you to come over.
Well, looks like Brave Stride might know more about that.
Brave Stride, everyone aside from Archer is gathered. Archer, you did hear the horn, but you're quite a ways away from the spaceport. You are still closer to Galkahume, and you're not exactly sure what that horn means. But Archer, are you still going to be heading towards the ship?
Yep. Right now, the singular thought that I have is getting to my ship so I can gather information.
Well, before we say that you're a distance away, were you planning on going back to the spaceport on foot, or were you planning on acquisitioning someone's hover vehicle?
I would acquisition a hover vehicle. I'm not stupid. I need to get there quick.
Okay, I just want to make sure about that. And so, actually, we will pick up with you in the parking lot, and give me an appropriate role for you to hijack and hotwire one of these hover vehicles.
So that would be probably, what, mechanics?
Yes.
Okay.
But while you're doing that, the rest of the crew have gathered. Brave Stride, what do you tell them, and how do you feel about Archer not being there?
Archer's gonna do Archer stuff. I can always get a hold of him on the communicator.
He usually comes in at the end. Usually.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting for the Valnas to get their packs
I see. Mm-hmm.
together and leave my pack so I can actually bring up a different route we're going to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lorendi are here. They are surrounding villages. Even the first hunt is actually going to join us in this. They're not going to do well. They have no tech.
Mm.
However, while they start the fight, there is a weapon. Usually it's a 7-day challenge, but we need to find it sooner than that.
Aura, Sagarucio, Argus, what do you have to say to that?
I'm down for a challenge.
Yeah, I mean, I'm game.
Yeah, why not? I need to work off some of this feast calories anyways.
Okay. This is what's probably going to happen. The Valna, we usually seek and destroy whatever comes our way. We are going to seek out the weapon, which is a bow of legend, but I believe we have a researcher here. And if she might be insightful to the situation.
And kind of look over the book and like, well, put that research to good use, I suppose.
Hmm.
And then we also need to probably get to the Twilight Labyrinth before the Lorendi do. My people can fight, but I don't think they're going to be able to withhold that long. As we have antiquated tech, and we don't have time to arm each of them, so the best we can do is get the weapon, get the core stone, and do our best.
Mm. Argus.
Very well.
Mm-hmm.
Lead the way.
Look out, Brooke. So, have you heard about the bow? Is it the Stormcaller?
Aetherstorm.
Easterstorm.
Mm-hmm. And so with that, she goes, "Oh, the Aetherstorm. Yeah. I've read a few articles about it. It hasn't been seen in over almost a millennia. But supposedly, during a storm of the heavens, lightning struck a great tree, and from the core of this great tree came this bow that still possessed the power of lightning, the power of the storm." I mean, that's the gist of the legend of its creation, and then there's something about some like, challenge of the land and of the air or something, and then why?
Tell me about that.
It was... Oh, well, sure. I mean, if you don't mind me asking, why?
According to legend or lore behind that bow, it is very effective against mechanical, robotics, Lorendi.
Wait, so you think it's real? You think it's a real thing?
There would be no challenge if it wasn't.
And honestly, when it comes down to legends, there's always going to be some nugget of factual information. Exaggerated or not, it would have had to existed at some point.
Why would there be precise information that it dealt with mecha?
Oh yes, that it slays the Mechanicas. The Mechanicas from the heavens, I think it's how it goes. It's ancient Volna, so the translation is a little off, but...
Ancient Valno were tribal people. Anyone that had the way to transport in space and come down.
They were probably seen as gods at that point. So having a weapon that effectively kills a god would be seen as a legendary weapon for sure.
And she goes, and wait, all of you are going for it?
Well, I'm going against my tribe's wants, but that's what we do, right, Pack?
Affirmative.
And with that, she kind of smiles. She goes, wait a minute, this is... I mean, if you're serious about this and we actually find the Aether Storm bow, that will be revolutionary. I mean...
I will let you research it, but you need to come up with all the information. Also, we probably need to get Tana on the line and see if she has any information that she can access, Argus.
I was having so much fun not talking to her.
I know, our little shit does get information well, though.
Yes.
Especially when it comes concerning core stones, absolutely.
Yeah. Alright, I'll give her a ring.
Maybe hook their lines up so they can actually probably do research or mine stuff that we have no clue what they're going to be talking about.
I have no idea what most of this conversation has been about, to be honest.
It's okay.
Well, honestly, since I'm more of an observer, if she wants to just tap into my communicator, she could just see what I see.
That's definitely a plan. Well, Brooke actually heads off towards her hut that she actually is sharing with another Volna to see about getting the articles and historical documents about the challenge and the Aether Storm bow. Argus, you are going to be contacting Tana?
Yes.
He says begrudgingly, right? Yeah, so you go ahead and get her up onto the the hollow, and immediately she what?
Tana, wake up.
What is it, Argy?
I keep telling you to not call me that. Listen, I need you to give me any sort of information you've gathered about the core stone that's supposedly on this planet. Actually, more specifically, I need you to give it to a researcher named Brooke, because things are about to get spicy. Wake up!
Huh? Hmm? What? Wait, what? Dude.
Core stone info now!
Also, bring up the bow.
Wait, okay. Wait, you want information about the core? Why? What are we doing? How are we doing?
Well, first of all, we're being the ones on foot here. You're doing research, and I also need you to look into something called the Aether Storm.
What's that?
Supposedly, it's an ancient Volno weapon that's supposedly good against technology.
Sounds stupid.
Get your ass out of bed and get to work.
You're not the boss of me.
Well, someone has to be.
You're just saying that because you're bigger.
Yes, and I will keep saying it.
And with that, you kind of hear her getting up. I was having such a good dream. Okay. You want information about the core stones, and what about the core stones?
Well, any information that you get, we have to try and beat a 7-day trial in a few hours.
What trial?
For the bow.
For the bow.
So we can go save the core stone.
So we can get the core stone.
Okay, let me see if I get this straight.
Please don't ask me.
You guys want to get this bow so you can get a core stone? You really think that there's a core stone here?
Strong information is pointing towards that, but we got bigger fish to... the Lorendi are here.
And what? Wait. And with that, you hear her tapping and she's checking scanners. She goes, okay, there's nothing on long-range sensors.
That's because they're already here.
They're here.
Oh,
My people are at war right now.
What? What?
Yeah, like things are up in arms. I need information now. Your nap can wait.
Okay. Looking at short-range sensors, where? I don't see any.
Worry less about seeing them and just do what I asked.
Oh, right, fine. Wait a minute. Okay, looking at my father's research and about the Twilight labyrinths and the core stone. Oh, that's what it was. So, he was theorizing that the core stones were used on Val. That one may be here, but he was only a theory. You didn't get a chance to prove it at all.
Okay, well, the last time we ran into the Lorendi, they had a core stone. Seeing a correlation here.
Okay, so they're here for a core stone that is in Val. Then that means we have to get to the Twilight Labyrinth.
Yes. Well, we do. You're staying on the ship.
You're leaving me behind again?
Yes. Speak with Aura. She is willing to let you see through her communicator, and I will hook you up with Brooke's information. She's a researcher here.
Wait. Who's Brooke?
A researcher. I just said that.
Is she Dindus? Wait,
No.
her name's Brooke. Ugh, what a star brain. Okay, she must be Promethean.
Terran, I think.
Really? I never would have guessed. Alright. Okay, that and the what bow?
The Aether Storm.
Aether Storm bow. Oh, well. And she goes ahead, well, there's a picture of what it should look like, and she goes ahead, she sends it to everyone. And it looks like it's a bow made from some type of blue wood. But it looks more like natural branches than an actual carved bow. But either way, also, it's the picture she sends effectively functions like a GIF, and so there's like electricity crackling through it.
Cute.
There's all types of stuff about it. Yes. EMP arrows. Yeah, right. Okay.
Hey, if it works, it works.
Right. She goes, okay, well, fine. I'll be doing my thing on this end since you guys are abandoning me again.
I'd rather not get you killed.
We can't fight our way through the Lorendi to the ship. It would put you more in danger anyway.
Fine. I'll be the cute little Dindus girl on the comm while you guys do all the rough stuff.
You are a cute Dindus girl. Thank you.
Don't encourage her.
At least he knows I'm cute.
Just do the research.
See what you did?
Look, sometimes you give them a treat and they continue to behave.
Wait, why are you treating me like an animal, alright?
I'm Valna. I have no clue what you're talking about.
I believe
To be
what you
fair,
said.
he's probably just treating you like all the other Valna.
I
We're on a
guess
world
so.
full of horny cats. Let's just get this done.
Wait, what?
Nothing. Click.
Yeah, you're right.
It's
Even I kind of look at my own planet with sadness in my eyes.
This is just like that season, or is this a constant?
Okay, so there's a few different stages here. You got the mating season, and it's all about social hierarchy. I have a good reputation. My tribe does. My parents do. Which I haven't even heard from them. Actually, none of my family. But so getting close to you guys would actually put them at a higher social status, stuff like that. But I'm not really a good mate perspective, to be honest, because I'm an albino. So they're like, do I want my kids to be like that? Yeah, not really. So
Raylan, I understand.
they think
Really?
the white fur's actually like a deterrent, like the camouflage. And I figured out I've got really good. I have a good reputation now. Okay.
Have people been patting your crotch all day?
No. Like I said, I'm kind of I'm to them. I'm a little different.
Again, I understand entirely.
Most definitely. And so, with that, as you guys make your plan, Archer, as you have managed to obtain a hover vehicle and rush away from Galkahume, making a beeline for the spaceport to get back to the astral horizon, to your wife, Jane, to your daughter, Jill, to your son, Jackson. We're actually going to go ahead and take a break. And we're going to be back roughly in 5 minutes. And then we're going to see what's going to happen next. Are they going to get the Aether Storm bow? Will they have enough time? Will the Lorendi attack? We will find out when we come back. right, and we are back. Typhoon 44, Captain Jonathan T. Archer, you ready?
Positively, absolutely.
Nice.
I take it with a 19, I'm able to hotwire this thing.
Definitely you are. And so, with that 19, you were able to easily bypass the securities on a hover vehicle. You got one base for speed, I'm assuming, correct?
Yep.
Definitely. And you've been speeding through the darkened wilds. Remember, it is still nighttime. And even though you're able to look out of the window and look up, you can see, I mean, it's just the beautiful stars completely covering the night sky, as well as multiple moons filling up the rest of the space, along with a few clouds. You know that something is wrong. You know that your ship, your crew, your family are in danger. But as you are speeding over and through the foliage of Val, eventually there's this jarring motion as your hover vehicle goes through something, some type of field, some type of force field, not something solid that was going to cause you to crash into it, but you went ahead and went through it, causing a slight slowing of your speed. And as soon as you do so, that is when you're able to see 4 large size red chrome Lorendi machines. Each of them turn to face you instantaneously. No, that's not a word, but I'm making it up now. They seem to be protecting some device that is causing this red electricity to crackle amongst 5 different posts, 4 on the outside, 1 in the center. And from this crackling red electricity, more smaller human-sized drones are being produced. Immediately turn and they open fire. Archer, please roll that initiative. $18. You are definitely going force in front of these large, massive machines, but they open fire. You are controlling this vehicle. I need you to make a dexterity with your proficiency, because I believe you are proficient in land vehicles.
Let me double check that, because
So you may not be, huh?
yeah.
Thought I was like the only one.
That's what I was thinking too. No, vehicle space.
Okay. It is fine. Go ahead and then just give me a regular dexterity check. As they begin opening fire, and you are attempting, of course, to swerve out of the way. Okay. Now I need, with a nat 1, did you wish to use your inspiration?
Yep.
All right. This will hopefully allow you to dodge, but if not, you're going to have to make a dexterity save to leap from the vehicle before it explodes. So re-roll that 1. 9. Not so much better, but we will see.
At least it isn't a critical fail.
This is true. And so they open fire and immediately begin shredding this hover vehicle, blasting off almost the entire half of it with their huge arm cannons.
Pointing it right towards that center post, throwing the door open and doing a tuck and roll, shoulder roll, get now.
Most definitely, as you're trying to do all of this at the same time as they are blasting this hover vehicle to pieces. Go ahead and make your dexterity check. The DC is 15 to pilot your hover vehicle to head in that path as you jump away.
Actually, can I throw acrobatics in?
No, that's going to be the next roll for you to land without hurting yourself.
Okay, so just straight dex first.
Right, they blow off the top, they blow off the hood. 16. Excellent. You go ahead, you aim it just right, you lock the wheel, and you leap from it. Give me the acrobatics check. The DC is just 12 for you to roll to your feet. These machines are trying to blow this vehicle to bits as it is speeding towards... Ooh! All right. What was the DC again? Did I say 12 or did I say 14?
Yep.
I said 12. Thank you.
You said 12.
I did say 12. Just want to make sure. And so you leap from the hover vehicle. It crashes into that center high-tech pillar, causing the red electricity to kind of fluctuate and short circuit. One of the other small, not small, but human-sized red Lorendi drones is only halfway made before finally the electricity crackles out. The central pillar does not explode, but it is damaged. You roll to your feet. I'm assuming you're whipping out a gun at the same time?
Yep, and hitting a button on my suit.
All right. You definitely tried to activate your infiltrator suit to give you this advantage of not being seen. And it activates. But will it be enough? That's effectively all of your turns.
Yep.
With that, immediately the large machines begin scanning and scanning to see if they're able to spot you. Go ahead and give me a stealth check, but this is not with disadvantage. I mean, this is not with advantage. It's a regular stealth check. Let's see. With your infiltrator suit on, activated, effectively invisible, you immediately begin to veer off to the side. They scan exactly where you were. And now these large machines, each one roughly between 12, 15 feet tall, begins heavily stepping, searching for you. As you go ahead, you move outside the perimeter and behind a tree.
Turning my cameras on to record.
Mm-hmm.
Panning across the entire area.
Mm-hmm.
And send a microburst transmission to the ship.
All right. You're working on it, but unfortunately, inside of this field, there are no transmissions going out. You're just currently recording.
I'm sorry, what was that?
That field, that force field that you passed to get into this area is currently blocking your communications.
Okay. In the process of panning all across this area, am I seeing anything that could be creating said force field?
So far, you're looking about and you're looking at these pillars, and even though they were fluctuating with red electricity, they still seem to be able. It could be the other four pillars, or it can be, you can see the antenna array on the tops of these large machines. 3 have spread out to go searching for you, while 1 is repairing the central pillar. Lastly, the 2 of the human size or medium size war drones are also currently searching for you.
Well. Staying as cloaked as possible, I will make my way to the closest of the pillars.
Okay. And so, keeping quiet, keeping low to the ground, you begin to stealth towards one of them. Making sure to move with the sway of the grass. You're only about 10 feet away from one of these large, 15-foot tall machines. Immediately, the red laser lights begin scanning the area for you. As soon as you get to the pillar, intruder identified. And with that, the red spotlight is on you.
Shit.
Immediately, the huge machine turns, faces you. The other 2 of the medium size drones turn face you. You see the barrels of their blasters turning red as they charge up, and they will be firing.
Well, I know there is no way I'm going to outshoot these sons of bees.
Remind me, what is your AC again?
14.
Okay. The blaster bolts begin firing, 2 of them paying you, immediately turning off and damaging your infiltrator suit. And you have taken 12 points of piercing damage. As these blaster bolts are flying over here, pushing you to the side, causing damage, it is back to you. One of the medium-sized robots are moving in close. It seems to engage in melee as immediately its metallic red form begins to generate spikes. While, of course, the larger one is closing in on you. But that's their turn. It's on to you. What do you do?
I am outgunned, and I am very definitely outmuscled. Under cunning action, I can dash, disengage, or hide.
As a bonus action, yes.
Back to the run and hide method of things after, of course, a quick pop to the closer of the two, which I would assume would be the smaller guy, human size.
Yes, he is the closest to you. He's managed to move within melee range, but he hasn't yet to attack you. You are still within reach of the large 15-foot machine as well. So you want to use your bonus action to disengage to get away from there, your standard action to shoot, and then your move to get further away?
Now let me rethink things again. If I'm within range, touching range of that pillar, is there a control panel on it?
There is not a control panel on it.
Okay, thank you. And yeah, I will be shooting first, then doing the disengage, and yeah.
Okay. Which one are you shooting first? The medium-sized one that is within melee range? Oh, I should say adjacent to you? Or the 15-foot one that is 10 feet away but still within its reach?
The medium.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to attack, but before you do, know this. This means the big boy does get a chance to do an attack of opportunity against you.
Wasn't he trying to disengage?
Yep.
That's why I was asking, did you want to disengage first, as in move away from the threatened area?
I probably should.
You could also disengage as your main action and bonus action hide.
Well, that's why I asked if you wanted to disengage as in move away from the threatened area without provoking attack of opportunity, then blast, and then move further away.
I'm gonna have to do it that way because I go combative on this and I'm dead.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll disengage, and then as the bonus action under cunning, hide.
Okay. So go ahead. Immediately as the medium-sized one closes in, its arm, its spikes grow, and it attempts to take your head off. As you go ahead and you duck underneath that, you go into a roll. The larger 15-foot machine raises up its huge foot as pieces of earth and grass fall off of it, and it comes down hard exactly where you were. As you manage to disengage from the both of them, and as you're running off into the distance, you go ahead and you pop off one of the rounds from, I'm assuming you're using your Venom revolver?
Actually, no, because I'm running low on ammo on that. I'm reserving that for things that it'll definitely affect, and machines aren't necessarily affected by poison. So, silenced pistol.
Uh-huh. Okay. Go ahead and roll to attack, and you're shooting the medium-sized drone, correct?
Yep.
Let me say robot, because drone kind of gives the impression that it's like a small thing that's flying. You definitely hit! Roll that damage as you go ahead and manage to ting right off of its dome.
See something here. I get an additional 3d6, so that is 46 plus 3 on this. Or 16 points.
That's exactly enough. As you manage to, well, actually, let me give you the option. Do you want to describe how you one-shot this robot?
No, let's hear you do it. I'm not feeling too wordy tonight.
No problem. You ducked that robot's first strike, as well as the larger one's stomp. And after you roll to your feet, you go ahead and you bust out into a full sprint. After about the first 10 or so steps, you actually leap up into the air and in mid-air spin around, let off one round from your silenced pistol with that hush, and you see circuits and red electricity explode out the back of that robot's skull. It lets off a couple of more blasts before falling over and becoming non-functional. You land, and there's only a few more footsteps heard before you disappear into the foliage.
With all due haste, keeping stealth in mind, I am going to continue to head in the direction of the spaceport.
Alrighty. You're on foot, heading towards the spaceport. Do know that aside from these Lorendi machines that are going to be hunting you down, you also have to deal with the local predators.
Yep.
You have quite the journey ahead of you.
My hope is that the local predators will kind of help me out with the machines.
Most definitely.
It will where each other are at, so to speak.
I understand. You begin heading back towards the spaceport, and now I do need you to make a survival check, please. As soon as you rush away, making sure to stick to the shadows, behind the trees, keeping as much of nature between you and these robots as possible, with that 17, you're able to, of course, look up and see the spires that are the spaceports. You're able to get your bearing, and then head towards it. But with that, we have to get back to the rest of the crew.
Yep.
Brave Stride, Argus, Sagaristio, Aura, and a very beat up Remus. Brooke has returned, and she has a couple of heart light pads, somewhere in the range between 7 and 8, all kind of haphazardly stacked up in her arms, and she goes, "Okay, I think I have everything I need." Immediately, Xylan, son of Yando. He has his arms crossed. Rylan, where do you think you're going?
On the hunt. Why are you just standing around?
Why are you lying?
I'm hunting for an objective, I'm not lying.
Sounds like the Terrans have taught you wordplay.
Sounds like you're jealous.
Sounds like you're disobeying a direct order.
Actually, I'm succeeding at the order just by bettering the situation. You guys haven't fought the Lorendi. I have.
And you think by chasing myths is going to help us out?
I don't believe it's a myth.
The horn has been sounded. The claws have been drawn. And now you're going to tuck tail and leave.
No. It's one thing my pack doesn't do.
We're horrendously stubborn.
I'm telling my father.
Do it. He knows how brave strides are.
And with that, Xylan goes ahead and storms off.
It's kind of a whiny, isn't he?
Snitches
Yeah,
get stitches.
He's still young behind the ears and thinks he's all that.
Sorry, I love Aura yelling, "Stitches get stitches!"
Oh, Xylan,
He stops. What, traitor?
don't get too wet now.
And he's like looking at you like he doesn't understand. And finally, Remus, he looks at you, Aura, goes, wait, is he going to inform upon our whereabouts, hindering our mission?
It's alright. Let me tell you why. He's gonna tell. Yondo's already fighting a war. He has people to lead. I'll deal with the consequences afterwards, because once I come back with the weapon and the core stone, they can't argue that we were right. Also, we're gonna kill more Lorendi than them anyway, because think about it, anytime we go anywhere, Lorendi's always seems to be in our presence, so let him tell.
With that, Remus nods.
We'll just prove ourselves more worthy than him. Again.
We shall. I am present. He looks over at Xylan, and no, Xylan, he goes ahead and just gives you a sneer before heading back towards the houses. Remus steps forward. Ditches get stitches!
Close enough. Brooke, you're up. Where are we going? We have little time to lose now.
All right. Immediately, Brooke, she goes ahead and starts cycling through her paths. Okay, so it says at Hunter's Rock, the journey begins. She goes, all... I'm not sure what this word means, but it's something about either armor or weapons, something like that, is cast aside. And the journey made to be swallowed by the earth. I don't know what
I
that
get
means.
it. Let's go.
Sounds like getting naked and jumping in a hole to me.
Yep. I guess that's the first challenge. So I'm gonna hand my rifle, Tagaricio, my sniper.
Mm-hmm.
Get
I'm just
into my
gonna kinda-
loincloth.
I'm gonna kind of look at him like, you know what? I'm gonna make this easier on all of us, and I'm gonna summon a construct.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna do quick construct,
Uh-huh.
and it's gonna take me a minute, but I'm gonna bring up a construct, and this one's gonna be nice, big, bulky. Also has a safari hat
Okay.
with a giant backpack.
Ah! Yeah. So you... it's able to be medium-sized, correct?
Yeah, let me double check just to make sure.
No problem. The funniest thing about it, believe it or not, depending on the books you look at, they consider Chewbacca medium-sized, so...
I know, right?
I'm assuming you're making this big, bulky machine in the teal colors of Sagaricio with this massive backpack on and the safari hat.
Yep. Yeah, it's medium. Medium
Okay,
humanoid.
perfect. Perfect indeed. And so,
There's one good thing about this.
say that again, Archer.
Make it hairy.
Make it hairy?
Edge will blend in with the wildlife.
It'll have like a safari shirt on, but like the top of it's opened up, so like a V, and there's just chest hair. It's holographic chest hair.
Okay, so and what are you naming this this pack bot?
Sir carries a lot.
Sir carries a lot. Okay. Sir carries a lot, thank you. Carries a lot, thank you. Alright, so With that, all of you, including Sir Carries a lot, head outside of Galkahume. The guards and whatnot that are standing watch, they're looking at you kind of perplexed. And a few are getting ready to attempt to stop you because no one's supposed to leave the village when the horn has been sounded. But finally, one of the older guards stops them and tells them, "A brave strike finds a way." And they let you pass.
I give him a nod.
They give you the nod back. You guys make it back to, well, Brave Stride. You lead them back to Hunter's Rock. No one is here. But with that, immediately Brooke begins looking over her data pads. Goes, alright, so first, let's see, she switched to another one. It says the journey begins by heading towards the rising sun, and so we're on Val. That means we're supposed to be heading west. That would be this way, and she points to the left of Hunter's Rock.
So I don't have to free fall off the rock.
And she goes, well, no, this... And she goes, wait a minute. She looks at the symbols and goes, oh, wait, interesting. This lines up with this article here that the Aether Storm bow was made from a tree that was struck by the lightning from the heavens. And that it gives the power of the heavens to all arrows. That symbol's arrows.
Okay.
Interesting. Are you letting Brooke lead, or are you going to go first? Who's going first? Give me the marching order.
So I need some clarification.
Yes.
So the first challenge is that's what we're working towards right now.
Yes.
So I can stay equipped until the first challenge.
Or
do I have?
That is your choice. But knowing all challenges that lie in the past, as soon as you begin, you should be without any type of tech.
So no technology.
Yeah.
Well, it did say that. Well, these readings said no weapons or armor.
Okay.
Never said anything about Tink Tink Tin Man. He's not a weapon. He's not armor. He's a He's a good old backpack, aren't you, Gary?
Also, you aren't Valna, so I think they don't always account for other races. This is the Valna challenge, so I think you guys will be fine.
With that, Brooke is like, yes. I mean, especially since who's watching? So if you have your guns and armor, I mean, there's no way that ancient Valna could account for this.
This is about the land, so I will just have my short blades, so the lands will see that I am doing this the proper way.
As for the rest of us, we're effectively tourists.
Yeah, we're packing.
Let's do this the old-fashioned way.
We're gonna do this like the good old Americans of old, with guns.
With that, you guys begin to head west. Brave Stride, I do need that survival check with advantage.
Okay, sir.
You guys begin to go upon the path. You do notice that there are many birds in the area. They're not chirping.
22.
They're just staring. Woo! With a 22. It is not long, only about an hour's travel, before finally you stop short. And you realize that the next part, it's not exactly a clearing per se, but you know it as quick grass. It has consumed many Volna. What do you do,
And
Brooke?
if I remember the lines right, be swallowed by the earth.
And with that, Brooke, she comes forward. She goes, "Wait, what's going on? What is it?"
Can I say my Valna instinct is right on this one?
You don't know.
I'm gonna go get swallowed by the earth.
And Brooke looks at you kind of weird. She goes, "I don't see a cave nearby, or a chasm or anything."
So I start wading or going out towards the quick grass.
I'm gonna pull out some of my microfilament wire and nudge it up into a nice knot for him to... I'll toss it out to him like, yeah, put that around you and, tug on it if you're not dead.
Before this
You know, just-
happens, I'm sorry, you did roll a 22. I have to let you know this. A 22 also lets you know that there were telltale signs that someone else has been here.
The first hunt was here. All right. Well, just throw it in after me, and I will tug on it when I get swallowed.
It'll be a little bit easier if you hold on to it while you get swallowed.
It also says nothing about rope.
With
This
that,
is true.
Brooke nods. She goes, yeah, I mean, even ancient Volna had a type of rope.
All right. I go in.
So, holding the rope, or you have it tied around your waist?
I'll loop it around the wrist or like the hand.
Okay. All right, you do so. You begin to wade into the quick grass. You begin to sink. Brooke immediately starts going through her tablets. It says here, the earth shall hold you till last breath. Then the path shall reveal upon death?
Oh, I gotta suffocate.
That can't be right. Well, the same symbol for death is also the same symbol for sleep. It's also the same symbol for things that might be under the earth.
That is oddly specific for sleep, death, and under the earth.
Well,
We
under
could
the
just-
earth is my own translation. Its literal translation is grave.
Dirt nap.
You're up to your
I'm
chest
not
now,
back in 10
Brave
minutes.
Stride.
Just count me as dead, okay?
Finally, Remus, he steps forward. I am present. We are pack. And he starts taking off his armor.
Holy shit.
He gets some of the rope from his pack, ties it around his wrist. He tosses it over at you guys. Is anyone catching it, or are you guys going to let it hit the ground?
I'll catch it while I hold on to the other one, and I'll just kind of point to Sir Carries a Lot to go pick up his gear.
With that, Sir Carries a Lot goes, as it picks up Remus's gear, and Remus, now just wearing pretty much his underwear is also gold, you have now noticed. He stretches before diving into the quick grass.
Same. I can't let him outdo me.
But yeah, he's only in halfway, by the way, so the cheeks and the legs are still out.
That's fine. That means my tail's wiggling. As I'm trying to like swim in.
Most definitely. You guys go ahead and swim in, and I need first an athletics check and then a constitution check.
Do athletics pretty well. My constitution's going to be a straight roll. He would get the nat 20. I got a 12.
Okay. With a 12, I need 2 constitution checks from you. And he is fine, actually. So you are swimming. You're exerting yourself. The air
12
is
and
running out.
5.
12 and 5. Okay. You are running out of air. You exerted yourself a bit too much on the swim down. This is your last constitution check before you begin to actually take damage.
And the words were like sleep, death, or under the ground, right?
Yes.
I'm going to relax into it.
Ah. And so you go ahead and relax, and you realize that by relaxing, by doing nothing, you begin to slip faster. Before finally, gravity kind of yanks you from the earth, and you fall into the arms of Remus. He goes ahead, he puts you down, because you're just wearing a loincloth, and he is just in his shiny gold underwear.
So we don't have to talk about this.
Not at all. It's never happened.
They agree on something.
I am present. And immediately, as you guys are looking about, as bits and pieces of the sand and dirt are kind of raining upon you, you guys find yourself in this very earthen cave with these glowing green symbols. You guys are still tethered. Bravestride, what do you do? The path goes both forward and back.
I'm gonna see where the tracks lead.
Give me that survival check. You go ahead and you squat down, and yes, with an advantage, because this is still pretty much home turf, and we're not going to whip out that expert wayfarer kind of broken rules that hunters could do just about everything with advantage in the wild.
17.
17. You're looking at the current pattern, and you see the minute scratches that most Volna kind of leave in their wake, especially the first hunt who don't believe in trimming their claws. And it looks like he went backwards, so effectively heading east now.
And I'm guessing he's going the opposite way of most tracks.
No, he's the only tracks that you're able to see is the most recent ones.
I'm gonna look at the symbols.
All right, you're looking at them, and it's at times like this you wish that ancient Volna was actually taught, but it's the more modernized version of it is taught even to you, and so you're looking at it, and it seemed like a whole lot of scratches. Argus, Sagaristio, Aura, what are you guys doing above?
You think they're dead?
I can tug on it a little bit and make sure.
I mean, wouldn't hurt.
Give both the ropes a bit of a tug to see if I get any reciprocated movement.
Brave stride.
I kind of do like a doot 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 doot.
You feel it, Sagaristio?
Oh, they're fine.
Okay, I have an idea.
What's the idea?
I'm gonna call Umbra to me because she has the green force stone and these are green symbols, so maybe draw some extra draws.
Oh, okay. So you go ahead, you summon Umbra, and she teleports next to you. You know, and she goes, "Oh, this place is dirty. I don't like it. No, I'm gonna go back."
Hold on.
What?
Put your head by these symbols.
Why?
Just do it.
And with that, she goes over towards the wall. And she puts her head towards the symbols, and they light up even brighter than before. Down the path of this subterranean tunnel, you hear, "What the?"
Lead us. You'll get all the gumbo in the world. Lead right now.
Immediately, she takes off, and I'm assuming you and Remus afterwards.
Let's go, Remus.
Sagaristio, how much line do you have?
Let's see. If Remus has got the same amount, that would be about 50 feet.
Yeah, it is going and going and going. It's about to be gone. Sagaristio, Argus, Aura, please give me perception checks. Are you going to continue to hold onto the rope, or are you going to let it go?
I mean, if I let it go, I let go of our tether to them. But with it going like it, I might just hop in.
So, you going to hop in? You going to let it pull you in?
They clearly found something.
So, what are you going to do?
The rope's moving quick. It's like, I'm heading in.
If you're going in, I'm tying to you. If we lose both those cables, how the hell are we going to get them out of there?
Yeah, you're right. Find a tree real quick. I'm gonna hop in. I'm gonna hand them both to Argus, and I'm gonna go into.
Wait, you're gonna hand both the lines to who?
To Argus.
I was actually going to say if I tie to you, then that effectively stretches us out an extra 50 feet. Because I have rope as well, or the nanowire.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, no, do that. Let's do
Before
that
you
then.
guys make your decision, Aura, while they're discussing this, you have spotted 4 bulbous yet spiked red flying drones. Clearly Lorendi design. spying on all of you guys from the distance.
We're being watched, and I'm gonna point at the drones.
God damn it.
One north, south, east, and west of you guys. They have you surrounded.
Well, we either all go in, or someone's going to have to start shooting at things up here. I'm voting for that one.
Actually, you know what? Head all in.
Head
I'm
on
just
in.
gonna jump in.
Yeah.
So they're just talking about it, and all of a sudden you see Aura kind of clog her nose, and she just leaps on in. Immediately, Brooke, she goes, "Wait a minute, are we? What's going on? I mean, drones. There shouldn't be drones out here."
Yeah, keyword shouldn't. They are, though. Let's go.
Yep, and I'll issue order to Carries a lot to protect Brooke. It's like I'll meet up with you guys in a moment.
Oh, I thought everyone was going. Wait, but I can't swim. So Argus, you're leaping in.
Yeah.
Sagaristio.
I'll leap in just a moment. I'm gonna make sure that these lines are tethered to a tree. I'll have Sir Carries a lot take Brooke into the thing so they sink in as well. And I'm going to once they're all in and like past like into the cave or wherever they're at. Once I know that they're all out of range, I'm going to approach the drones.
Okay. Sir Carries a lot, picks up Brooke. She's a bit shocked, but he goes ahead and wades into the quicksand and sinks. And she does her best to cover her eyes and cover her mouth and nose as they sink in. The lines have been tethered. Brave Stride, you and Remus get tugged in the bad way from the line. Do you guys stay attached, or do you take the lines off your wrist?
I detach, and I'm trying to keep my mind connected to Umbras to see if the correspondence starts interpreting the symbols as
Alrighty.
we're running by.
Most definitely. And so you go ahead, you cut your line. Remus he goes ahead and unties his. You guys continue to follow Umbra as she is dashing by, and that's when you also are noticing this type of fungus that's kind of growing on the sides of this cavern. Some are green and they're all glowing. Some are red. Some are purple. Some are blue. And the blue ones seem to be glowing the brightest. But as that's happening, Argus, you make it into the cave. We're not going to worry about all the rolls. That's kind of be ridiculous at this point. After you land shortly, it is Aura first, then Argus, then Sir Carries a lot holding Brooke. Sagaristio. The lines are secured. You're able to now see the Lorendi drones moving in.
Well, aren't you guys cute and cuddly and EMP devastation?
Crud.
Good old electromagnetic pulse.
Good old, he says.
Yep.
Good old indeed. What the heck do they got to roll? Because these ones are not hardened.
All right, so an intelligence saving throw, 13, and
you are.
I just want to know real quick,
Yes.
what CR level are they?
These are surveillance drones, and they are sea level a quarter.
Okay, I'll let you know what happens when it fails.
But when it fails, cocky one this is.
Yes.
All right. We want to thank the people that have made this Avery bot that, even though it kind of screws us on the regular, it has made rolling a whole lot easier. Let's see. None have made the DC.
All of them are destroyed instantly.
Oh.
And so as soon as they move in, they begin to like flip out, extend blades and spikes, and immediately they begin to zoom in. They're getting ready to launch these blades and skewer you before finally you go ahead, you bring your cybernetic arm out. It lights up. There's a flash as this kind of sphere of electricity grows from where you're currently situated, and as soon as this field expands and incorporates them, red electricity circles throughout their beings and they just fall helplessly to the ground. They slowly begin to deteriorate like Sorium-constructed things do.
Perfect. So now I'm gonna go back over to where the lines are all connected. I'm going to take out my short blade, start cutting away some of the brush, and I'm going to camouflage it before hopping in.
Nice. It will pretty much inflict disadvantage on those looking for those ropes. Good move, brilliant move. What do you do after that, though?
Well, after I hop in and I meet up with everyone, it's like, all right, don't have to worry about the drones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, couldn't have done that before we all jumped in here.
I could have, but I tink on Sir Carries a lot. Would have knocked him out too.
Ah,
Most definitely. Are you staying up there, or are you going to jump into the quick grass?
Yeah, I'll hop into the quick grass.
Gotcha.
Now that ropes are secure, they're camouflaged,
Mm-hmm.
I can meet up with the rest of the group.
Got you. You do meet up with the group of all except Remus and Brave Stride. For those two are further ahead, following after the galloping Umbra, the phase beast that effectively is the Esper Genesis version of this Placer beast, but we're not going to talk about that. But finally, all of you, Umbra, Brave Stride, Remus, you stop at this huge chasm. It must be about somehow a 60, maybe 70-foot expanse between you and the rest of this cave. But the drop seems to go down forever. What do you do, Brave Stride? As Umbra, she came skidding to a halt, and she's looking over and she's smelling these glowing mushrooms.
The blue ones are bright.
They are the brightest.
What I know about these funguses.
No. The only thing you can... Well, let me rephrase. You don't know about the blue ones. You have heard that the green ones are medicinal. And the only thing you've heard about the purple ones is to never touch them.
I'm going to grab some of the green ones. Carefully.
All right. You go ahead and you do so, and they kind of let out a small little poof of sparkling green mist from everyone you pluck.
You're a mist.
But yeah, go ahead and list down that you have 3 green glowing mushrooms.
Okay.
But with that, Remus is looking at... Despite my incredible capabilities, I'm unable to jump this.
Remus, we're not jumping it.
Then how do you propose we get across?
I'm going to take one of the small blue one, the fungus,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to do what any tribal member back in the day would do to figure it out. I'm going to take a little taste of it.
Okay. What do you mean a little taste? Are you going to bite off a piece, or are you going to lick it? I do need to know this.
I'm gonna do like a sliver and put it in my mouth.
Okay.
Now, I'm gonna say this from some experience. If things don't happen immediately, don't eat more.
Eat the whole thing.
So, a sliver of the whole thing. Get ready to make a constitution check. I'm sorry, not constitution. Get ready to make a wisdom check.
Oh, they are the funky mushrooms.
Also, the rest of you guys have caught up with them.
Brooke, we're following the blue, right?
And Brooke, she goes, wait a minute. The bioluminescent... And she starts going through her tablets. And she's like, every now and again, like brushing dirt out of her hair. And she goes, wait, okay. Yes, I remember reading something about these. It was in an ancient Volna manuscript. Okay. So, yes, the green were supposed to be containing the essences of life. As is, green is the color of life in the Volna culture. While blue is... I'm not sure what this word would be. I can't tell if it's changing, evolving, transitioning.
Ascending.
Maybe.
I know what? Fuck it. I am taking a bite of this bitch and then falling in.
You're gonna take a bite and then fall into the pit.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I have an idea for the worst case scenario.
Splat.
Kinda, maybe.
Okay. You go ahead.
I got.
You go ahead. You eat the whole thing. Please give me that wisdom saving throw, please. And you go ahead and you leap in. Okay. And as you do so, immediately Umbra is like, "What are you doing? Who's gonna make the gumbo?" You see she's getting ready to teleport down to catch you and bring you back.
Don't worry about it.
As you say, as you're plummeting to your death, and you fall into the darkness. But with that,
What?
you guys all see that, and he effectively disappears. And Brooke, she's like, "Oh my stars. Wait a minute. I saw this. I remember this. I remember reading this." And she starts going through her tablet. She goes, "Okay, so
I haven't heard a thud yet.
sorry." Anyway.
I mean, what happens if he does go thud then, like, as his pack?
And with that, Brooke just goes, wait a minute.
I don't know, maybe it means we just have to leave.
Is this
No, I got told to get swallowed by Earth. I am getting swallowed by Earth.
Is this the test of courage?
Seems more like stupidity.
More like a leap of faith.
As
There's
he's
something.
fall.
If you guys watch Moana, I'm still falling. All right.
I was thinking more like Loki from Thor. I have been falling for 30 minutes!
Right. And so with that, she's like going through it. She goes, and she looks up at all of you. She goes, I can't find anything about this in the manuscripts, in the articles. I don't know what happens next. Then the next thing is speaking to Val's soul. I really don't know what that means.
I'm gonna reach down and pick up a blue mushroom.
Do you consume it?
I do.
Give me that wisdom save. Are you also tossing yourself into the hole, by the way? I need to know this.
Yeah.
Oh!
TK ourselves, guys. Let's do it.
Alright. And so with that, and she's like...
Yes, we're all effectively drinking the blue Clue-Aid.
Yes, the blue Clue-Aid, yes.
The only one that wouldn't be dead from this is going to be Archer. He's going to get back to the ship and be like, where the fuck those guys go?
Okay. And so you go ahead, you grab it, and Rima's like, Your Grace, I don't think that you should. And you throw yourself in, and he is like, oh no! And
Alright, well,
Remus is going after her, even though he didn't eat the blue mushroom.
dumbass, eat the mushroom!
Pick up a mushroom and just throw it at him as he's jumping down. You're right.
Okay, who else is doing this?
I'm doing it.
Saga?
I might as well join in.
So you guys are just plucking mushrooms and eating mushrooms?
right now.
All right. And so you guys pretty much abandon Brooke and Sir Carries a lot. Like
Sir carries a lot. Bring her with.
I
Brooke,
got a 7.
Grab a mushroom for research purposes, and maybe some of those green herbs.
Wait, is this classified as poison?
It does not classify as poison.
Ah, damn it. I'd at least have advantage on that then.
All right. And so you're ordering Sir Carries a lot to do what?
Bring Brooke along and letting Brooke know to pick up a mushroom and some of those green herbs too.
Right, and she
As
goes,
I
"Wait a minute, no, I'm not going to throw my life. I'm not Volna." All right, and immediately Sir Carries a lot.
And just as I about to take my leap. I'm like, neither are we.
This is insanity! And you put me down, you robot! No, put me down! He'd be the hero start munching onto a blue mushroom, and Sir Carries a Lot pretty much takes the leap, with Brooke screaming the entire way.
So are we all dead?
This is when he cuts to Archer or calls it a night.
You guessed it! And with that, we are definitely going to bring tonight's session to a close.
Bastard.
Yes. Yes, I am. But
then again, if he does start it off with "we're all dead,"
roll new characters.
Yes, next week, welcome to session 0. But with that, that concludes another exciting session of Esper Genesis. We hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to join us on our next live stream. I want to thank my players, Alloy, Master Draco, Dark Lovely, Tonto, Tomahawk, and Typhoon44. Also, don't forget to follow me on all the social medias, on Facebook at Cobalt GM's ttrpg zone, on Instagram at cobalt.gm, and at TikTok it's Cobalt GM5. Everyone, until next time, have a great night, and let's level up together. Bye.
Later.